Ohaneze, Afenifere, Pandef say it's insult on Nigerians. The comment by senior special assistant to the president on media and publicity Gaba Shehu in Channel television interview that the members of the cabal in presidency are not hungry individuals and do not deserve the public criticism they get, has drawn the eye of Nigerians, with Ohaneze Afenifere, Pan Niger Delta Forum and People's Democratic Party (PDP) described it as an insult to Nigerians. Shehu, while appearing on the television program on Christmas Day, said contrary to the false belief that the cabal manipulates the president, they are respectful Nigerians who deserve respect because they have achieved a lot. A lot of people who are being dragged into this cabal thing are respectable Nigerians who have achieved a lot for themselves and for the nation. They are not as hungry people to grab out things for themselves, he said. On Mamandura, he said Nigerians should not brand persons close to President Buhari who have offended to serve the nation as members of a cabal. Nigerians have formed the practice by labeling people that are in some advisable positions of the government as a cabal. Cabals should not be labeled negatively simply because they have offered themselves to support the president of this country, he said. It is absurd to jettison FG orders for a cabal's Ohaneze. Reacting, however, Ohaneze Indigbo, through its publicity secretary, Chief Uche Achi Ogbaba, said, "You see, when you do the right thing in the wrong way, it becomes wrong. The issue is not about being hungry or well-fed. It is about integrity of the government. It is about conventionality, law, and civility. The taxpayers' money is used to pay the retinue of ministers, presidential advisors, assistants, and other aides. They are the official government decision, policy, or decision makers, yet you abandon them to depend or take instructions or actions from an underhand body called the cabal. It is unfortunate that Gaba Shehu, whose utterances are presumed that of the president, could say that blatantly. From the American experience, it is enough to impeach the president if it's established, and is in the present case that it came from the presidency. It is absurd to jettison the Federal Executive Council and other lawful bodies to take orders from an ethnic and prejudice-infested cabal. It smells to high heavens. Stop insulting Nigerians' intelligence." Odumakin. Reacting also, National Publicity Secretary of Pan-Yoruba Socio-Political Organization, Mr. Yinka Odumakin, said, "Since when did they stop being hungry? Is it since 1999 or 2016? If you are not hungry, why did you move to the presidential villa, living at the government's expense? Gaba Shehu should stop insulting people's intelligence if he has nothing to say. He should keep quiet." Comment irresponsible, careless, Pandef. Pandef, in a statement by Deputy National Secretary Mr. Ken Robinson, recalled that last week, Gaba Shehu also reported that it was not a sin for the president to have what he referred to as close confidants. "We wish to note that while there may be nothing wrong in the president having close confidants who may offer the president advice when needed, it becomes a grave problem to governance and the nation when such persons interfere in the running of the government, and worst, when they even interfere in private affairs of the president as a nation who was made to understand by the wife of President Aisha Buhari. It is disturbing that the media aides of President Buhari are increasingly becoming haughty and contemptuous in posture and in words. They seem to have overtaken by delusional fantasies and now more interested in offending sensibilities of Nigerians than doing their job professionally as media aides to build rapport with citizens from Mr. President, which he earnestly needs. This is sad and it is not good for our democracy. We therefore call on President Buhari to call his media aides to order. On the recent release of Omoyele Sowore and Cole Sambo Dasuki from the custody of the Department of State Services in respect of subsisting court orders, Pandef, while commending the federal government for finally coming to terms with the tenets of the constitutional democracy, also called for the release of other innocent Nigerians being illegally detained by the DSS and other security agencies. Meanwhile, Pandef wishes the government and people of the Niger Delta region peaceful celebrations and Yuletide season. He said, "Presidency's admittance of cabal best Christmas gift to Nigerians, PDP. The PDP on its past described the presidency allusion to the existence of a cabal in the villa as best Christmas gift to Nigerians." Deputy National Publicity Secretary of PDP, who reacted in the comments, Diran Odeyemi, said the presidency has given Nigerians the best Christmas gift by finally admitting indeed a cabal is in charge of their affairs. The people voted for are not the ones governing the people, so we can see So we can now see why nothing is moving in the right direction. If members of the cabal are not hungry, as Shehu said, can he tell us what impact they have made after they found themselves in the corridor of powers? Are the Nigerians better off today than they were before the APC came on board? They have since run out of smart arguments, and they cannot longer deny the truth staring them in the face. The cabal has ruined Nigeria for their selfish interest. Our advice to Nigerians is simple: be prepared to punish this unprepared party out of power in 2023. It is good we are witnessing what capacity they have for governance, but having failed completely, there is no need to give them another chance. He urged Nigerians to see Shehu's remark for what it is: arrogance and scant regard for the feeling of the people, who many of whom had a bleak Christmas because of those taking decisions on behalf of all of us know nothing about how to manage the economy for the benefit of the people. So guys, what do you think? I believe that if Cabal still exists in Aso Rock, then the government has basically been overthrown. Shehu Gaba Aisha Bari, the wife of President Federal Republic of Nigeria, said on Friday, Shehu Gaba is a spokesman for the Cabal. This man is not a spokesperson for the president, but for the Cabal. Shehu Gaba represents the Cabal and not the president. Also, I've heard that some people have said that if the people in government are not hungry, the Nigerians are hungry, so they should better change their ways. So guys, what do you think of this? Please put your comments down in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.